Howdy, hey. My name is Randall, and I'm on a mission to carve out this entire perimeter without using any sort of TNT duping mechanics. Instead, we want to use an array of TNT minecarts to drill straight into the ground. And we've already got our gunpowder and iron farms, which is what these chests are full of already. And this actually isn't enough storage for everything we need, but we'll expand as we need to. But now, we just need one more component for our destructive plan, and that's something we can't build a farm for: sand. And since we need 800,000 sand and we're not doing any sort of duplications to get it, we got to do it all by hand, but one shovel really isn't going to do the trick. Luckily, one of the things I've been doing in between recording, editing, and AFKing at the farms has been doing a bit of villager trading, so we can get not only a bunch of shovels that I'm calling all spoons, we also got a bunch of books for Efficiency 5 on Breaking 3 and Mending, so that not only will we run through all of these shovels, but we can repair them pretty easily, and they can be quite effective for us shoveling sand. But because we need all these levels to enchant everything, and we're going to want to repair all of this stuff, the simple mob farm that we have right now probably isn't going to work, so we do need to make an Enderman farm. And also, we want to get some Netherite, because I don't know if we want to do just diamond. I know Netherite might be a bit overkill for this, but why not? We might as well get the extra Netherite to cover up all these spoons, as well as the rest of my tools that I've just been a little lazy on upgrading. And I know that there's XP farms with armadillos and infestation potions for 121, but I'm gonna go with the classic Enderman farm for this, because, I don't know, just makes sense to me. But before we get ahead of ourselves in creating this Enderman farm, let's do the first side quest and head into the Nether to get 2 stacks of our cinnamon rolls to cover our entire spoon collection, as well as the rest of these main tools. And before we head into the Nether, let's double check. Oh, perfect. We have plenty of TNT here. So let's grab a few stacks of that, grab our gold helmets so the piglins don't bother us, and let's see how much ancient debris we can get. Two stacks of ancient debris acquired. Let's put all of this netherite into our furnace array. And while our cinnamon rolls are cooking down, let's go check on our gold and diamond supplies to make sure we have enough to actually do all of this stuff. Ooh, okay. Let's see, that should be... Yeah, I think that'll be enough for the templates, and then for gold, we're gonna need 2 stacks of this, so let's see, what else do we have? Ooh, we've got more in our shiny things. So let's grab that, and all right, cool. So we've got our 2 stacks, and yeah. Let's also grab our netherite upgrade templates and see how many we can make, because we're gonna need about 32 of them, so let's hope we can make 22 more. All right, We actually have one extra, which is perfect because we kind of always want to keep one and never run out, because I really don't want to go raid more bastions to get more netherite upgrades. I know we're doing this a bit backwards because we want to enchant our spoons before upgrading to netherite, because it actually is a bit more expensive on the levels to enchant with netherite, I believe. But also, I really just wanted to knock out the harder and more time-consuming debris gathering first. Sweet. Now let's take these, and we'll do this, and just like that, we have 32 netherite ingot and 32 netherite upgrades. That should definitely cover all of the spoons in our spoon box, as well as the rest of the diamond tools that, you know, I've just been a little lazy on upgrading. And with our enchanting books and netherite upgrades prepped to go, the final piece of this tool upgrade puzzle is getting enough levels to enchant everything. So let's take these shulkers and head into the end and make our Enderman Farm. And this is pretty much your average Enderman Farm, or Ender as I've heard it referred to as. We'll branch off of the end island and we'll create a little trapdoor contraption with some redstone so we can have the Endermen fall out when we don't want them grouping up. We'll double carpet everything just to make sure Endermen can't spawn behind us and kind of grab us from behind or teleport to that area. We'll make a chute that's, I think it's like 38 up we go, I believe. I can't remember off the top of my head as I'm recording this. But we'll build up, and then we'll make a giant platform on top so the Enderman can spawn up there, actually. And then we'll put an Endermite up top, right over this chute that we're building, and make it so the Enderman can see the Endermite, but can't actually get to it. And we also make it so their closest point of what they believe is the closest point of attack to that Endermite is actually on some trapdoors that drop them down the chute. So yeah, pretty basic farm, but enjoy. And with that, the difficult parts are done. We have our shovels, our enchant books, our netherite upgrades, and ingots, and now an unlimited source of XP with this nice Enderman farm we've created. So let's head back to the overworld, grab all that stuff, and combine everything together so we can start the long dig. And while we're back, let's mark these side quests as officially complete. All right, we got our books, got our spoons, and yeah, we've got our upgrades here. Ooh, one more thing. We need a smithing table to actually apply the netherite upgrades. All right, I think we have everything we need to turn these spoons into proper digging tools. So let's get to it. Let's turn our hostile mob sounds down a bunch because it's about to get really loud in here. So let's actually just do a quick first swipe. I want to see how this looks, but we'll let them gather. And then pop. Ooh, that's nice. And it's still just floating all around. Yeah, this is going to be a great source of XP. And we can just flip the switch to turn those guys quiet. That was enough for one shovel. And we have 26 more to go. So yeah, we're going to be here for a little bit, but it's going to be pretty easy to just swipe and combine. And just like that, we have a full shulker of netherite shovels, as well as the rest of our tools upgraded to netherite. So now all that's left is to put them to good use and dig up a desert for all of that precious sand. Let's just get a few extra supplies together, mainly stuff to make a temporary storage area. Plenty of black stained glass, awesome. Because we don't want to keep going back to the main storage area at the Big Dig site like every 15 minutes or so. I mean, we'll still have to make trips back and forth to eventually transfer all of the sand, but we can do that after we dig a ton. Okay, we'll put the glass in there and get some lanterns. This will be way more than enough, just so we can light the place up. And let's get a bunch of logs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we'll go, I think that's all we need. Because we're going to make 200 chests to make 100 double chests. So let's just do that really quick. All right, 3 stacks plus 8. That should be 200 if I did my math right, which will turn into 100 double chests. That's not quite enough to hold all of the sand, but it'll get us a little under halfway there. So that should be a good little temp storage. So I guess I'll see you guys in the desert. And before we head to the desert, let's make a quick stop at the iron farm and clear that out so we don't have to worry about any sort of overflow or loss of iron while we dig, since it's still loaded with our ender pearl chunk loaders, and we can kill 2 birds with 1 stone by digging sand and letting this run. Ooh boy, that has been producing. Let's grab a shulker. Let's fill all of this up. Right. Grab all these. Grab another shulker. And drop these in here so we can make a quick stop at our storage. Drop those off. And then finally, I know I've said this a few times, but finally, we'll start digging all that sand. And oh man, have we done some digging. What you're looking at are just snippets of the 20-something hours of digging I've done so far. I actually did all of this back in January, but I got a bit burned out and demotivated when I realized I underestimated the amount of materials I needed for this setup. As instead of about 1 million gunpowder and iron, I need over 1.5 million of each, and instead of 800,000 sand, I need a bit over 1.2 million. So the almost 400,000 sand I've acquired so far has only been about a third, not the half that I originally thought. And so yeah, that kind of demotivated me a bit, and I needed to take a break from digging sand, but holy crap does time fly by these days. This digging you're watching, as I said, was done back in January, and February was me taking some time off to play Final Fantasy XIV and get my cosmic tools for my gathering jobs. If you know, you know. Even when not digging sand, I'm always gathering in one game or another. And yeah, March ended up being busy with some projects at work, taking pretty much all of my mental capacity. And then, man, I don't even know what happened with April. I feel like it blinked and it was over. But yeah, we have a lot more AFKing at our farms and a lot more digging ahead of us. And luckily, editing this video and seeing how some of these clips turned out remotivated me to get this project completed. Man, I definitely underestimated the challenge of this, and I know it's not the most efficient way to dig a perimeter, but I'm not going for total efficiency. I'm going for something that's going to look rad when we turn on the redstone. This perimeter project has been something I've wanted to do for a long time. In another Minecraft world, I've drained an ocean monument and I plan to do it here as well, but I've never made a perimeter. So I found an area around a witch hut and flattened it out. I did some rough math. I could totally be wrong and figured it would take mining about 9 to 10 million blocks to do it by hand. And because I don't want to duplicate anything on this world like TNT, I thought about doing it by hand, but Around that time I finished leveling things out, Impulse released his Hermitcraft video of a smaller version of a TNT minecart array, and I decided, hey, why not? We could try to attempt his contraption at a full perimeter scale. So I started researching gunpowder farms and iron farms and didn't think too much about digging sand. I figured that 1,000,000 sand couldn't be that hard. Gathering materials is something that I naturally gravitate towards in games, so how hard could it be? Plus, hey, 1,000,000 sand is a fraction of 10 million, so it's more efficient, right? I'm insta-mining sand at about 15,000 an hour, which I think is pretty decent rates, but it did take a bit of time to figure out a somewhat efficient method. I tried single layer, double layer, but I ended up doing all 5 or so layers of sand in lines and boxes, which seems to be actually pretty good. The sandstone is the worst part of this whole thing. If it was just sand for more than 5 layers, I feel like I could be so much more efficient, but oh well, this is Minecraft generation. Going back to the amount of stuff we need, we've been AFKing here and there, and our current counts are about 351,000 iron ingots and about 660,000 gunpowder so far. So we are making progress. It's just gonna take a little time. And I might try adding 1 or 2 more layers to the iron farm to speed up production there, but we'll see. Like any big project in life, we just gotta keep chipping away at it one piece at a time, and eventually we'll have a massive hole in the ground because why not? If you've stuck around so far or are checking things out for the first time and have made it this far in the video, I just wanted to say thank you. It wasn't just seeing the digging clips that got me remotivated. It was also reading your comments and seeing how much people out there in the world actually appreciated the little bit of content I've put out so far and think it's actually worth a watch or even a subscription. So, as a tiny creator and someone who hasn't quite figured out how to be consistent with this whole content thing, I wanted to say thank you. You're awesome, and I hope I can continue to deliver enjoyable videos, or at least something to put on your second monitor. And speaking of that, I do have a plan to start a new hardcore series and make it a bit more of an older Let's Play style format, I guess you could call it. But for this series, I want to complete the Blazing Caves Advancement Pack, which, as of 1.21.11, is a little over 1,200 advancements. I think it's actually like 1,202 or something like that. I originally recorded a first episode for this back on 1.21.9 in December, but I didn't want to release that video before this first digging video. Blazing Caves looks like a really fun challenge, and I want to do it starting from scratch in a hardcore world because that just feels like it's even more of a challenge, and why not? So keep an eye out for episode 1 of that sometime soon, and my plan is to actually restart it on 1.21.11 since that first episode will stay locked away forever. It's not that it was bad, it's just, it was on the older version and I just want to restart and keep it all in the same version, so keep an eye out for that soon. But yeah, I'm still here and I'm still working on trying to make videos, and so thank you for sticking around. I promise the payoff of the explosions for this whole thing will be worth it. Only 20-something hours of shoveling later, and we have these 100 double chests full of sand, which brings our total to a little under a third of our goal of 1.2 million sand for the big dig. But in an effort to get this video out sooner than later, we're kind of later already, I think we'll end it here. And I'm gonna go move all of this to the main dig storage and convert that and the gunpowder we've accumulated so far into TNT. I might do the rest of this digging in between episodes, but if you want more of a podcasty type thing as digging goes on in the background, like we did a little bit in this episode, let me know in the comments below and what you want to hear me yap about. My name is Randall. Like the video if you liked it, subscribe if you want to see more, and thank you so much for watching. And I will see you next time.